Wild Mystic Stranger, Shelley in Italy. Departure, Dover, Thursday, March the 12th, 1818. 16. There was once a poet, so Percy said, who had made mad love with a spirit in his head. He'd reared his shuddering limbs, hot breath bursting quick, to meet her panting bosom, lithe arms he'd spread. She'd first drawn back a while, then in a frantic gesture simply yielded to the joy instead, with a choked cry, and, not to be too cryptic, folded his human frame, that is fairly plain, in dissolving arms. He and she now hectic. The business finished. A deep pitch black of pain veiled his dizzy eyes. His dream vision swallowed in the blank void of sleep, and made somehow vain by this dark suspending impulse that followed, rolling like a wave to flood his vacant brain. Soon the solemn mood of her pure mind kindled through all her frame a permeating fire. Wild numbers then she raised, with voice stifled in tremulous sobs, subdued by its own pathos. Her fair hands were bare alone, sweeping from some strange harp, strange symphony, and in their branching veins the eloquent blood told an ineffable tale. The beating of her heart was heard to fill the pauses of her music, and her breath tumultuously accorded with those fits of intermitted song. Sudden she rose, as if her heart impatiently endured its bursting burthen. At the sound he turned, and saw, by the warm light of their own life, her glowing limbs beneath the sinuous veil of woven wind, her outspread arms now bare, her dark locks floating in the breath of night, her beamy, bending eyes, her parted lips outstretched and pale, and quivering eagerly. His strong heart sunk and sickened with excess of love. He reared his shuddering limbs, and quelled his gasping breath, and spread his arms to meet her panting bosom. She drew back a while, then, yielding to the irresistible joy, with frantic gesture and short breathless cry, folded his frame in her dissolving arms. Now blackness veiled his dizzy eyes, and night involved and swallowed up the vision. Sleep like a dark flood suspended in its course, rolled back its impulse on his vacant brain. There was once a poet, so Percy said, who'd made mad love with a spirit in his head. He'd reared his shuddering limbs, hot breath bursting quick, to meet her panting bosom, lithe arms he'd spread. She'd first drawn back a while, then in a frantic gesture simply yielded to the joy instead, with a choked cry, and, not to be too cryptic, folded his human frame, that is fairly plain, in dissolving arms. He and she now hectic. The business finished, a deep pitch black of pain veiled his dizzy eyes, his dream vision swallowed in the blank void of sleep, and made somehow vain by the dark suspended impulse that followed, rolling like a wave to flood his vacant brain.